7 o'clock, and Lisa Barnes with our weekly Summer of the Arts update.
And she is joined by Eric Johnson, who's going to talk music this weekend.
Yeah, I'm here for that, always.
So tomorrow is kind of a jazzy kind of a segment.
Yeah, and we've been trying to do that more with the Friday night concert series in the last couple of years. Is consistently through the season, we've got a night that's devoted to jazz.
Yeah.
There's some
On
great
top of the
jazz
high school
musicians.
ones. Yeah.
Besides the high school.
Yeah.
Right. This is more
yeah.
like combos and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Carson Parker Trio and the Kirsten Conway Quartet. And Carson is, he actually, both of these folks played at Jazz Fest. This is another chance to see them. Carson is a pianist, and he's just fabulous. Just a great, great young piano player, playing in the trio format. And then Kirsten is a singer and multi-instrumentalist, a songwriter. She'll have a mix of originals, but she's mainly a vocalist in the set.
Okay. Well, that sounds real good. And the season's gone by pretty fast. I mean, we're already looking toward the end of September, and it'll be the end of the summer concert series. So hopefully everybody will get out and enjoy these last handful of concerts that are still left.
So there's still quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, since we go all the way through September, which has been another feature the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's especially neat when we have a home game because they see all these people visiting from other cities, obviously, and they do a lot of they kind of look around. This happen all the time here, you know, and it's not, this isn't something it's not totally unique to Iowa City, but not every city does this.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously the Ped Mall is a great location for it because, you know, there's people just wandering through, and like even when we interview potential interns, we ask if they've attended any of our events, and they're like, no, I'm not usually here during the summer. And I'm like, have you ever walked through the Ped Mall on a Friday night and there's been music? That's us.
And they're like,
oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of opportunities. Unfortunately, last night the weather decided not to cooperate on another jazz performance with
the Grismore Trio.
Yeah, the Grismore Trio. We were at the it was a great location too. We were at
City Park
in the Riverside Theater, that little circular theater, and Steve and his trio set up, and they tried to get a song in, got rained out.
No kidding.
Tried to wait it out. Yeah, it was very weird. It was pouring on the east side and the south side. It just rained on us a little, but enough that Steve was like, I don't want to be connected to an electric guitar right now.
I was going to say, it did not rain at my place.
Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't rain here. It didn't rain in Coralville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poured on the east
So it
side.
poured at your place?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sad.
I was kind of confused when you said the weather didn't allow you to play, and now I know why.
Yeah, I mean,
when they say scattered storms, they mean scattered storms.
Yeah, it was a pretty small cell that was going through.
Oh, we were looking at one cloud over us and going, well, if that passes, we'll be okay.
And
but
it didn't pass.
It didn't pass through. Well, it passed, and then another one came up.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
You know, that happened to us one year when you were doing a Northside concert and I was doing the movie in Coralville, and nothing in Coralville, but Northside.
We waited, and that one we were able to wait out.
Yeah.
We went by.
That was the Awful Purdies, I think.
Dandelion Stompers.
Dandelion Stompers.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember that show. Because
So-
it came down pretty good for a while.
Speaking of music, and Music on the Move specifically, we only have a couple of those left. And next week, we are over on the east side of Iowa City at Cardigan Park.
At Cardigan Park.
And you can probably talk more about where that park is because I'm not familiar with it.
It's on the far east side of Iowa City.
Like off American Legion?
More or less.
Okay.
I Google mapped it. I had to Google map it to get out there, actually.
Okay.
But it's a great little park surrounded by houses. It's kind of a built into the neighborhood style park.
Okay.
Nice.
It's a playground, and it's just in a square in the middle of some houses. But it's a great open green space, and we're going to have Nicole Dean, who's a songwriter from the Quad Cities. She's played Iowa City a little bit, but this is her premiere with us as Summer of the Arts.
Well, she played at Arts Fest. She's played the last 2 years.
That's right, as a strolling
as a street
performer. Yeah. But as a featured performer, this is her premiere.
Yeah, and she plays like at Back Pocket quite often, so she does play various places, but we're really excited to add her to the Music on the Move schedule for next week. So that'll be 6:30 to 8 next Wednesday. But this Saturday, I'm here to talk about our last drive-in movie.
Oh, right. You guys, this year, they've all been at the Iowa City Airport.
Yep. We have gone to strictly the drive-in movies. They've been hugely successful. We have had record attendance. It's gone up every single time. And even the first one that we did with Moana 2, it was more than we'd ever had before, other than I think when we did Knives Out in 2020. Mm-hmm. And so we had beyond capacity crowd.
We had a record crowd for The Princess Bride.
Yeah, we had 81 cars at The Princess Bride, and we figured the space, if we park them correctly so they're alternating, and people can actually see, fits maybe up to 60. And it got to the point where we had people backed up on Riverside Drive. My husband was going out and talking to all the cars saying, there's no more room for drive-in. We actually completely filled the space for people to just park and go sit up front. They were parking outside the fencing and then walking and sitting up front.
Yeah.
So, it was a huge crowd. But our last movie this Saturday, Despicable Me 4, will be showing. And we have something really special this time because our partnership with the Iowa City Municipal Airport, I said, what can we do to help promote the airport? They're actually going to have a pilot in one of their training planes out for people to check out. So from 7:15 to 8:15, you come early. Be sure to come early if you want popcorn, although we did increase the amount of popcorn this time. Ran out pretty quickly at Princess Bride. And that was a reschedule on a Sunday night even. But if you come between 7:15 and 8:15, you'll be able to check out this training plane, get up close and personal with it before the movie starts. Movie will start probably a little after 8:30.
Okay.
That's what we're shooting for. So we encourage people to come early so you can get your best parking spot, too.
Yes, absolutely. And that's pretty cool that the plane's going to be there.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys ever have an instance where you're watching the movie and a plane is either taking off or landing during the movie?
Rarely.
Not a whole lot. It's more the helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, that tends to be the regular thing that we encounter out there.
All right. Because it's neat driving home from work in that area and you see planes landing, coming down, off of Mormon Trek there and landing in the strip there. I just was wondering about that. Normally not a problem during the Friday night concert series. I don't think there's any planes, or helicopters that can land anywhere near there.
Has not happened yet.
No.
But we've had helicopters go overhead heading to the hospital before. So, but yeah, that should be a good weekend of activity. And the music on the move is such a cool idea. I mean, it's just an hour and a half.
Yep.
And you're done by 8 o'clock. If you got to go to work the next day, you're not out too late. And if you got especially with families, you get them home and get them to their regular bedtimes and all that stuff. If you got little kids
and check out some of the fabulous Iowa City parks.
Yeah, each one is in a local park.
Yeah.
And the audiences tend to be a mix. There's a group that tends to go to just about every one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you also get people from that
locals.
park's particular neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's a great mix. And you see, it's kind of an intimate setting to see we've got great musicians in this community. And this lets you see them up close in a really relaxed, open setting.
And we've got, the popular parks, but I love these neighborhood parks. You go, you drive through a neighborhood, and you're like, oh, there's a park. Like you said, this one coming up next week is nestled in a residential area, which is very cool. So, and so this is all coming up and continues through September, except for the movies, of course. And I believe the final music on the move is September 3rd.
Yes,
that one was a reschedule because of the heat. And that's going to be
Yes.
Zebra Maneuver at McPherson Park.
Yep.
And if you go to summerofthearts.org, you can find out more about the schedule and also to donate. Let's not forget that because the more that we get in donations this season, we can use that for next season's events.
I do want to remind people, too, our partners, Midwest One Bank, have Rock the Chalk going on tomorrow. So come down a little early, check out the fabulous artwork on the downtown streets before hitting the Friday night concert.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I also want to preview in a couple weeks, just to mention that we're going to have James Tutson and the Rollback at Rhythms at Riverfront Crossing.
That's right.
That's something really to look forward to on the 16th.
That'll be an excellent show. All right, well, thanks, guys, for coming in, and we'll see, hopefully, a bunch of you out this weekend.
Thank you.
President Trump just ordered a new census.